to the Self-Trust Solution Podcast with Dawn Leday, episode number 57. Welcome back. Today I want to talk with you about self-imposed labels. So if you find yourself labeling based on past actions or behaviors, think perfectionist or procrastinator, this episode is for you. We'll talk about the types of labels we wear, what happens when we wear them, why we tend to place these labels on ourselves, and how to own a more accurate representation. No matter where you lie in your level of self-trust, there are 5 self-trust secrets you can start practicing to create more goal success. Get your free download today and learn the 5 simple secrets for harnessing self-trust to supercharge your goal success. Say goodbye to self-doubt and confusion and discover the keys to reigniting your passion for your goals. Grab your copy now at theselftrustcoach.com/5 secrets. Because you put off working on something doesn't make you a procrastinator. Taking your time on a project and holding it up to higher standards does not make you a perfectionist. Someone having asked you to lower your voice once or even many, many times does not make you obnoxious. Your kid telling you that you're embarrassing, I think they often believe that's their job in their own estimation, but it doesn't make you an embarrassment. Just like going after a goal or any outcome and not getting the results you want does not make you a failure. None of these things define you. If anything, they tell a story of a dynamic human open to experiences and challenges and growth. However, when we put these or any labels on ourselves, our brains will get to work searching for evidence to support the label. If we continue this idea of putting it on us, this, wearing these labels, it's equivalent to your brain will go out and start shopping for accessories, a matching bag and shoes and whatever it can to complete the outfit. It will remind you of that paper that you delayed until the last minute in high school. It will bring up the late night cram sessions for your college exams that you saved for the night before. It will even bring up the time that you didn't get the family Christmas cards out until New Year's. Your brain will scrutinize everything you do, checking it against the labels you've decided to wear, and then file it away as evidence. And boy, does it love to present it to you in the most inopportune moments. And look, it's an effort to keep you safe and sane, even while there's this whole other part of you that may be screaming for change and growth. But just like these labels are a one-sided, not entirely truthful part of your story, the part of your brain that finds comfort in these labels is just one part of your beautifully and perfectly functioning mind. That part that loves labels is the part that's focused on seeking pleasure, avoiding pain, and conserving energy. It loves the idea of labels because it's easy. It can package it up for you and say, here, this is what is wrong with you. Wear this and never question it. Don't try to color outside of these lines, except it truly is such a poor representation of who you truly are. And worse than that, it ignores the part of you that is always evolving, always learning and expanding and contracting in your interests and your focuses. It ignores that each of these so-called cause for labels is actually what sparks your involvement, that sparks the dynamic nature of who you are. It's a beautiful part of becoming who you are today and continue to become as you move forward. So why would you want to shut it down with a label that says, don't go there? I invite you to indeed go there. Continue to stretch and add dimension. You are more fascinating than any label could possibly contain or explain. Because you have procrastinated on something does not make you a procrastinator. Sure, sometimes we're going to put something off, sometimes for extremely good reason, sometimes for less of a good reason. And it's okay. It's part of our human experience. Hold things up to the standards that you want to hold them to, and don't define yourself as a perfectionist. Look at it as an opportunity to see where higher standards are super useful and where they may get in your way. But when we define ourselves in one way, it is really hard to see the nuances outside of those definitions. So keep being embarrassing to your children. I think it's your job as a parent sometimes. And it still doesn't mean you are an embarrassment. Don't wear the label. And definitely, I encourage you to continue to reach for goals, getting the results you want, and sometimes not, because sometimes not is how you create a bigger success moving forward. So instead of calling yourself a failure, get really good at creating results, both successfully and those that create lessons. What will you take away from this episode? My goal is for you to expand your view of yourself beyond labels. Understand the one-sided nature of these labels, the myopic view and subsequent energy that is spent collecting evidence for labels that aren't even the whole story. What these experiences actually represent, hold on to that. They represent what makes you who you are. This dynamic, amazing, always evolving and expanding human. And to an invitation to own this as your true label. Because you are an ever evolving, unique, dynamic human with a story far more interesting than any one label could hold. Thank you for joining me today on the Self-Trust Solution Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a review. This helps me reach new listeners, continue to create content, and brings me joy in my mission to serve. Join us next week for episode number 57. Thanks for tuning in, and have a trust-filled week. Are you ready to achieve your goals without the pain of doubt, fear, and worry? Join the Self-Trust Lab, where we're re-engineering your self-trust for massive achievement. Don't miss out on this exciting new way to achieve your goals. Your best self is yet to come. Join us at theselftrustcoach.com/the Self-Trust Lab. See you inside.